Well, it's episode 3, I suppose we'll say. I can't walk. We need to get this sorted big time. And this is what I mean. I've realised I still can't get back. Nearly there. Lovely. Right then. Right, so the plan is very simple. Fix the car. Now, so we've got to go around it. There's a lot of welding to do. And the first protocol is we're going to do the engine bay side of things. Everything we don't need right at its own time for that is there. The rest is either in boxes, hidden away kind of. Out of sight, out of mind and all that. Engine bits are there. They're going to work. Be stored on my bench for now. So we're going to get all the subframe off, suspension, everything built back in. We're going to get all that sanded, treated, painted. Roll bar on with the new links, bushes and whatnot. And then we're going to start looking at the engine bay. There's a bonus. Fan a TV. Right, let's get this party started. Also, in the bottom of one of the red drawers in the toolbox, 2 axle stands. You want to go? Right, I'll get that jacked up then. Take out the whole car up. Might short on it. Back into it. Massive section here though. There's a chassis rail there. That's where we're going to put it. We're going to put 1 axle stand there and then a piece of wood on top.
And then we're going to lower it like that.
Yeah, and we're going to lower it into that. But put pin through. I think the first hole. I think. I should have brought my gun and everything home. But I didn't think of that. I think there's 16 then. So I want to look. So on the nut, 16mm nut. On the back, it leaves 17. So if you use that to hold this, yeah, then you're going to get a ratchet. Another 16, yeah, there's that 16. Yeah. So that one just holds the bolt for you. So you've got lever up. So one way to tighten it up. So you turn it anti-clockwise the ratchet. When you go to turn it to tighten it up, it locks up like that. You can spin freely, same that one, okay? So we're going to undo it. Yeah. side off then, just as quick. So look on this side, so the nuts on this side, so this is a different pinch bolt, so that's the 13 this side, so that I think is still 16. Yeah. Off. 13, which is there. There we go. So you have to crack it off first though, so hold it on the bolt side, which is the 13, and undo on the left hand side. So you need the ratchet first, and your extension and 16mm socket. Yeah. So 16 on there, off the gun. It was about bent down, and there look, the bird nest.
Yeah.
See it? Not too bad. Not too many issues. Bit surface rush out. Bit down there to look at. There's something there. Not too sure what that is. Looks like a bit of a repair. But that's definitely going to need work. Definitely. But other than that, not too bad. So a bit deja vu, and back off. But there's a reason behind it. Obviously that needs cleaning up, treating, painting. These have got to come apart to have some gaiters, bump stops on. I presume they will have them anyway. And then we can get on with the front. Right, so this might be a little bit premature. It's a lot premature, but it's a part that's been done now, and it's here. So got the head back. It's going to be a bit of a clean. Well, it's had a bit of a clean, should I say? I'm just going to try and just give it a quick waft over a bit of paint, try and make it look a little bit better than it is. There we go. Down on I would say it's a clean rag, but it's not. But it is. It's just a little bit dirty. Well, anyway, I'm going to get some paint on the side, just try and clean it up a little bit more, make it look a bit more presentable, because that's what we're going to do. I would love to have like a laser cleaner, but yeah, I ain't that rich. Anywho, let's see how it goes. There we go. Simple but effective. Looks better. Plus, if there's any leaks or anything, which let's hope there isn't. I can see them nice and easy. Oh. Should never say never, because no one's absolutely perfect. Not even me. There we go. Much better. And check out this finish. There we go. Beautiful. So there's a bit of corrosion here and there. A couple of bits there. And one up there as well. But overall, really great. Nice and clean. All the valves all cleaned up. Lovely. It's just a shame that, to be fair, it's going to be a while before we do anything more with this. But there is going to be a complete one, maybe two. It might even be longer than that, but it's going to be complete, probably at least, as I said, at least 2 episodes on the engine side of it, because my lad, he needs to hopefully have a go at doing a bit of engine work. He's never touched anything, but he's very eager, even at his, well, I'd say young age. I mean, I was messing about with engines and toys from probably about 8 to 9 years old, and nitro engines and whatnot. So he's probably a bit late to the game. But yeah, he's going to help us strip it down. We'll get bores marked up. We'll check crank side of it. And obviously I did find a brand new pack of thrust washers, which is slightly concerning. So either there's two sets were bought at some point, or a set wasn't put in it. So it's probably a good job I haven't taken it apart anyway. Well, yeah, so that's all I'm going to show you on the cylinder head side of it, because obviously this is all about doing, you know, the actual front end of the car, engine bay area and all the subframe suspension and all that malarkey. So yeah, so that's now done. It'll just get wrapped up in a bit of plastic, or heavy duty industrial cling film if you like, and then just be sat to one side, out of the way safely. Well, back to rust. And it is another day looking at it, and I've just been looking at it for the last hour, and it's a lot. It's no joke. It's going to be a lot of work. Let me show you. So driver's side, very clear. It's going to be full floor completely, and we're definitely going to sills. Not too sure. We did 2 repair panels, so one there, the original sill, and then a repair panel here, which doesn't really make sense to me, but each to their own and all that. But yeah, full floor. Get to the other side. And here we are, the passenger side. The world's biggest gaping hole you've ever seen in your life. And again, a repair panel, a rear sill, and then rear arch and all there. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. But we'll get there eventually. It'll be a long process, but we'll get there. Just assessing. And that'll be why we've got 2 brand new jacking points. We obviously knew that all needed doing. So on the front passenger arch, nothing too bad. Something to attend to just up there, but overall not too bad. I'm going to have to redo this. Oh, lovely stand terrain. A little bit more here to redo, tidy up. And we're obviously going to redo this and get this a little bit more solid looking. There's a few perforations here, holes should I say, where it's missed, and engine bay should be good to go. So on that little deciding it's going to start raining note, I'm going to get on with cleaning the subframe. Right, first things first, rack off, back out of the way, and then we can start sanding away. I mean, I'd love to get stone sandblasted, but I suppose that's always an option. Do I do that? Or do I just sand it down? Some sort of weird repair there, I'm not sure what that's all about. Can't see where that goes. Obviously goes to something. On that side. Well, we'll make it look better than that, that's for sure. It's not that bad actually. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Well, we'll see. I'm going to have a look, see what it's like. Right, so I decided I'm going to go with a bit of sanding, or I'm going to try it anyway. So, flat disc, or flappy disc, or paddle disc, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Got a grinding disc if needs be. I've also got a big old wire wheel. We'll see how far I get and see how it looks and see if I'm happy with it or not. I perhaps have a mask on, shouldn't I, really? I've changed my mind. I'm going to go outside and do it. But it's windy as though, and it is spitting rain, so I'll be back as soon as I've got it cleaned-ish, hopefully. So first impressions, it's not actually that dark underneath. It's just a lot of like pitting and surface rust more than anything. I think obviously some paint at some point it's had on it. So I think I'm just going to persevere with it, get it sanded, and then get it treated and painted. Now, so this side, it looks really bad, but it's actually really hard to get this off. It's almost like this was sanded, because it's dead smooth, dead flat, and then treated with something similar to what I'd normally use, like aqua steel or something. So it really doesn't want to come off, but to put it underneath, it's not that bad. So I think I'm just going to do the best I can sanding it, and we're going to acid etch prime it, I think, paint it, well, treat it, some aqua seal again, I think, on the inside as well, try and get it washed out, pressure washed out, and then just finish off sanding it, getting around the edges where I can't get with that. Yeah, get it treated, painted, lovely. While that is drying, so I'm just giving a quick wipe over some alcohol, because I've still got some of my favourite stuff that I'm going to do, the rust converter side of it. So what's left over, so we have got a good sand off. I've got it as good as I think I can get it as now, and I'm happy with it, if I'm honest. So this is what we're going on it. It's almost like a pearl, a white pearl, when it comes out. I don't know if you can see that. But eventually it turns black and it goes really hard, almost like an acrylic coating or something. I don't know, it's really hard, really tough, and I've used that on the Evo. And it's lasted a few years on one part very well, and I checked it and it's still really good. And that's about 6 years down the line. But the next I want to try there's a bloke on YouTube who does like rust treating, and one thing he does with bolts is he superheats his bolts. It says about 300 or 400 degrees or something, and then dumps them straight in WD-40. So I'm going to test to see if it does work. I want to leave 2 outside from the subframe. I want to do 2 and leave them out for a few days, because it's give out rain for the next 3 days, and just see if it does work. And if it does, I'm going to continue doing this with all the bolts and try and keep as many original ones as possible. Right, let's give it a go. Now, I'm not sure exactly what 400 degrees looks like, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be super hot, potentially glowing. And at the rate I'm going, I'll probably run out of gas into it now. Probably do a bit more gas. Oh. We've got some. I don't think that bolt's going to get warm enough, if I'm honest. That's more like it. Put it over there out of the way. Ah, take 2. Let's see what this does. That's better. I'm going to go for like an almost change of colour, I think I'm going to look for. Not glowing. That shimmer, purpley shimmer. I'm going to try and get something like that, see if that's good enough. I'll try it. So I'll burn all the rust off. See if that colour there, look. That's what I'm thinking I'm aiming for anyway. From what I've seen on a few videos, we're not actually getting glowing. fire. Next. Let's see if that works. Probably not do that there. Might set on fire. Change colour now, so I think that's what we're looking for. I say I think, I really don't know what it was. I did a pretend beige. Maybe that would have been a good idea. Alright, rust gone. There goes. There's nothing probably. Now the first coat going on. See what it looks like when it's gone off. There we are. 24 hours later, it's all fully cured and gone off, which is nice to see. So it's very hard wearing this stuff is. Stuff like this. In fact, I would use this quite a few times. So we'll get some paint on it, and then not sure about lacquering it or not. I think it might be worth it because it'll help that extra bit of protection. But I'm very happy with that just as is. So anyway, we'll get paint on it. I'll have to go through those holes. I can still see a bit of rust inside them, and obviously we'll be spraying some stuff eventually inside the actual substrate itself. But more than happy with that. First coat of primer. Try and get a half decent finish on it if we can. I know we won't see it, but devil's in the detail and all that. The bolt test, because it's now 3 days since I did it. Does it really work? So these focus, those are the bolts we did. Kind of rusty, but not horrendous, to be fair. The ones we didn't do. So I think it does work. I wouldn't say exactly it's rust proof. I'll see it better here. So the two we did. See, they're not quite black, and there is a bit of rust. The two we didn't. So I mean, it does work. It does work, but I don't think it's amazing looks. You can still see there's still rust come back where it's pitted, but they are heavily pitted, to be fair. But they're not horrendous. So we're gonna do them again. Do them two the same, and then I'm gonna do, once they've cooled down, I'm gonna do all four again in a different oil. I'm going to try my favourite oil at the moment. See if that works any better. Although I think this is meant to be just sprayed on things. But if you don't try, you'll never know. But black and shiny, no rust, it's all lovely. So it's been treated with, oh, hang on, dropped it. So this is my favourite stuff. Not that I've got much excuse for really rusty things, but that's my go-to, Aqua Steel. So it turns everything black, although this isn't actually the actual black. It looks, oh, it's not far off. This is a bit duller, I think. It's been done, sealed, treated, left to go over. I think it was 24 hours or however long it was, and I was called a day, I think, by the time I decided to come and paint it. So a bit of primer on it, just to try and smooth that, because it is quite pitted, but it's solid as a rock, and I can't justify spending nearly £300 plus postage on a subframe when the original one is, to be fair, nothing wrong with it. Apart from that weird repair someone's done. Where is it? Under here, I think, that weird washer that's been welded in. But anyway, I think there might have been a broken up bolt somewhere. They've drilled it out and just put a washer for whatever reason. It's been painted black, it's been lacquered, it's been left to go now for a good couple of days. So we're going to build it up. So some new sleeves for the back wishbones. Wishbones are going to go in. It's going to hopefully just be a built up subframe there, wishbone, steering rack, anti-roll bar on. Yes, anti-roll bar is all painted, ready to go. And brand new link kit that we we found in the box of bits. So let's go. Yeah, there we are, with the anti-roll bar on. I've made a slight error. I've not got the bolts for the front there in the car, and it is currently 11:45 in the night. I didn't realise I've just been hammering those sleeves in, so I'm sure that'll go down well with the neighbours or even the missus in bed. Hopefully I didn't wake her, otherwise I'll be held to pay for in the morning. But for tonight, that is it. I'll see you tomorrow evening. So back at it, literally already got a problem with it. There's hardly anything screwing in. So I'm not very sure about that. I have to flip it over and have a look, because both bolts are the same length. So is it something wrong with that? Something with this? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'll have a quick look and I'll come back. It got the bolts mixed up. I mean, blatantly the left one has more to screw it for whatever reason, but it's definitely got the wrong one. I'll have a quick check. There we are, all built back up, all ready to go. Still not sure what these three are for. I presume there's some sort of heat shield maybe, or there's some sort of bracket, I'm not sure. Two wrong bolts, or the ones I've got mixed up, just chucked in there for now, but it is back in one piece, and is now going to live down there on the floor with those two items. Now obviously I've still got to get some gaiters and bump stops, which, like I say, I'm pretty sure they will have. But that's nothing massively important right now. And while we're on the subject of what things have been replaced, so far we've had two wheel bearings, a flange, which I'm going to have to start collecting other bits so far, so when this is done it'll be interesting to look about what we've done or what's been replaced and all that. And the head, obviously, the guards that were worn out. They don't look like much, but it's interesting for some people are interested, some probably aren't. And that was a lucky one. It was actually full of something, because that looked perfectly fine when we first looked at it, but when we started hitting it, tapping it and making sure it was alright, yeah, giant hole, looked like it got like chemical metal or something in it. So anyway, that's been replaced as well. So that is it for this particular episode, because the next one is definitely going to be a little bit longer down the road, I think. I don't know if you can hear it now, it's actually hammering it down with rain again. And I don't have like a workshop. I've got facilities at work, but the car needs to be mobile first, so that is the reason we're doing the whole engine bay area, so we can get that done. The plan is obviously to get all the welding that needs doing, sending it right back. Me and my lad are hopefully going to do it. I'm going to show him how to paint, so we're going to do some painting on the engine bay. Brake servo, brake master. That's a good point actually, I've not seen one of them. So chances are he'll have a brand new brake master. We'll make some brand new brake lines, so he'll be able to use a flare at work, and he'll learn how to use that. Have to have some flexes on it. He'll also be helping me, either helping me or doing it with me, rebuilding the calipers. Then obviously new disc pads, all this put back on the front once we've got that all tidied away, the welding side painted and everything, engine in. So yeah, we're a long way off seeing that point, but that's where it's got to be. It's got to have the engine in. It doesn't necessarily have to have the wiring loom on, but engine in so the drive shaft's in, and we can get it moving about, because I don't want to keep moving it about with no drive shafts in the bearings, because it is going to put too much pressure on them with them not being sandwiched together. So, like I say, ideally, engine bay, suffering back on, legs on, engine and drive shafts with it painted, and we've got the new front slam panel, if you like, that's got to go on, but I think it looks like it's going to need painting again. I mean, it's going to get painted anyway, the right core, but it looks like it's gone rusty because it's been sat like everything else for too long. There's no lower valance, so we've got to order one of them. So we'll get all that bolted in, and then once we're at that point, that's when it can start going to work and being used. Because obviously one of the stipulations the gaffer always says, make sure it's mobile, make sure it can be moved out of the way, or worst case, if the yard's too busy, too full, it can come home. So you'll see that as and when, and we'll catch you in the next one.